total premium receivables from DBM amount to at least 1.2 billion pesos. Bakit hindi nyo binabayaran ng GSIS? Since 1995, so that's 30 years ago. 30 years na kayo hindi nagbabayad. Ganun ba? Imagine 30 years since 1995, mayor pa ako nun. Pinababayaan natin yung mga barangay officials at hindi natin nabibigyan ng sapat na pondo. Insurance coverage, wala. Samantalang nasa batas to.
Sorry, Mr. Chair, kanina tinanong po ninyo yung mga barangay kung alam nila yung insurance. Hindi po nila alam eh. Kaya po, kasama pala rito Republic Act 6942. Madam DBM.
1,221,000, including interest of about 800 plus million.
Kasi
I think,
yung position paper ng GSIS noong December 3 years ago, ang sinabi nyo, the national government has been delinquent in remitting the required premium contributions to the Barangay Officials Insurance Fund since 1995.
yes,
Ganun ba katagal?
yes, based on our records, Your Honor.
And that the national government has not settled the unpaid premium contributions despite due notice given by the GSIS. Totoo ba yun, ano? Sino makakasagot ito, TBM? And as of November 30th, 2022, total premium receivables from DBM amount to at least 1.2 billion pesos. Bakit hindi nyo binabayaran ng GSIS?
Good morning again, Mr. Chair. I will check po with our operations group. I think we are aware of that issue. I-double check ko lang po yung latest status on our end.
Since 1995, so that's 30 years ago. 30 years na kayo hindi nagbabayad. Ganun ba?
I think we have coordination po with GSIS, but we will update po the committee on the latest status, Mr. Chair.
And the GSIS suspended payment of claims for benefits in November 2001 due to the fact that the Barangay Officials Insurance Fund no longer has the funds to pay out the claims and benefits to the concerned barangay officials. Tama ba? Is my information correct? GSIS, is my information correct?
Mr. Chair, we'll discuss this with BDM because to be fair, I think most of us here are still, I'm still a first year law student during 1995. So it might have, yun, baka talagang 1995 hindi na tumitigil ang pagbayad nito, even the funding from GAA. But I'm not sure if Congress has appropriated a separate funding na hindi dumadaan sa GSIS. That I think DBM can enlighten on us. Because in several hearings before sa House of Representatives, parang they mention about, I think Congress has also appropriated certain amount, not to the BOF, but directly yata to barangay, I don't know, DILG.
Bakit hindi ini-earmark para sa BOF yan? Kung talagang meron talagang pondo. Imagine 30 years since 1995, mayor pa ako nun. Pinababayaan natin yung mga barangay officials at hindi natin nabibigyan ng sapat na pondo. Insurance coverage, wala. Samantalang nasa batas to. Were you remiss in your duty? DBM? Bakit hindi nyo binabayaran?
Mr. Chair, siguro isa-isahin na natin. Total, naungkat na rin yan. Ito po bang Christmas bonus in the form of cash gift at the rate authorized by law, which covers po nung barangay, sangguniang barangay members, barangay treasurer, and barangay secretary, natutupad po ba ito? Kasi nasa website po ng DBM ito, na-research lang namin. Meron din palang insurance coverage kahit papaano ang barangay. Ito pong Republic Act 6942, punong barangay, sangguniang barangay members, barangay treasurer, barangay secretary, barangay tanods not exceeding 20 in each barangay. Dapat po meron silang insurance coverage in the form of death and burial benefits, total and permanent incapacity or disability, 5,000 to 12,000 pesos. Injuries resulting from accidents, 500 to 10,000 pesos. Lahat po ba to ay natutugunan, Mr. Chair?
Maybe the DILG can answer that question.
Meron pa po, medical care consisting of pre-hospitalization in government hospitals for the punong barangay, sangguniang barangay members, barangay treasurer, and barangay secretary. And in extreme emergency, the same officials may be confined in private hospitals with expenses chargeable against barangay funds at not more than 5,000 pesos per official. Free tuition and matriculation fees in government schools in their area for punong barangay, sangguniang barangay members, barangay treasurer, and barangay secretary, including 2 of their legitimate dependent children during their term of office. Conferment of civil service eligibility based on the number of years of service in barangay for punong barangay, sangguniang barangay members, barangay treasurer, and barangay secretary who have completed their term of office, and preference in appointment to any government position to which they are qualified for the punong barangay and sangguniang barangay members after their term of office. Ito po bang binanggit namin ay natutugunan o natutupad para sa kapakanan po ng mga nasabing mga opisyalis ng barangay? Walang kumikibo, Mr. Chair, mukhang natutulog lahat.
DILG siguro pwede siguro.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, Your Honors. The DILG is monitoring the provision of these benefits to our barangay officials and employees.
Ano na pong na-monitor nyo, sir?
We will submit po the detail of the provision as to the number of
Hindi po, kamukha ng Christmas bonus. Natutupad po ba ito? Lahat nabigyan?
yes, Your Honor, but
Nandito po ang presidente ng mga barangay kapitan sa buong Pilipinas.
yes, Your Honor. However, the limitation, the 55% limitation for personal services applies as a budgetary requirement. So barangays would provide such benefits in different levels, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, kanina tinanong po ninyo yung mga barangay kung alam nila yung insurance. Hindi po nila alam eh. Kaya po, kasama pala rito eh, Republic Act 6942, Madam DBM.
Sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Sen. Sen, yung RA 6942 po, naibibigay naman po sa mga barangay officials na mga namamatay. Meron po siyang 20,000 pesos para sa kapitan, sa beneficiary ng kapitan na namatay, and 2,000 pesos na burial assistance. Ang kaso lang po, when we had a meeting with GSIS, hindi po GSIS ang pinanggagalingan po nito. DILG actually is the one that's providing for this sa mga barangay officials po natin. Kapag sila po ay namatay during their duty, madodoble po ito sana. So yung mga barangay officials, nilalakad po ito sa DILG at natatanggap po nila itong 20,000, 2,000. But our only concern about RA 6942 is that this law was passed in 1990. So yung 20 mil po noon, iba na po yung peso value nun sa 20 mil ngayon, at yung 2,000 burial assistance nung 1990, iba na rin po ngayon. Yung kabaong hindi po, sa 2,000 hindi ka po makakabili ng kabaong. So alam naman po natin with the situation of the barangay officials na napakaliit po ng honorarium, malamang sa malamang wala rin po yung mga naiipon. Kapag namatay, ito lang din po ang nakukuha nila from the government, yung kanilang mga pamilya.
Tama po yun, Mr. Chair. Ang katotohanan niyan, yung RA 6942, actually, it is an act increasing the insurance benefits. Pero 1990 pa po yun, kahit paanong increase ang ibigay mo. Dapat siguro, it has increased 10-folds na siguro. Kasi 2025 na ito. Tama naman po yun kung ano po yung permanent incapacity, 5,000 to 12,000 pesos. Depende po kung paano yung kalagayan ng barangay. Namomonitor nyo ba talaga? Ilan po ba yung namatay na kapitan? Halimbawa, this year, para lang makita natin kung magkano po ang binigay ninyo na disability, burial benefits.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. We will have the numbers. For the information of the Chair and the committee, there's an off budget of 50 million pesos for the barangay officials death and burial assistance funding. From the last 6 years, we were able to utilize about 37 million annually po. But for the last 2 years, medyo mababa yung number of deaths. Thank you very much. And
This year, sir, ilan ang nabayaran na namatay kung may namatay ng mga barangay kapitan or barangay officials?
we will have the number, sir.
Sir, Mr. Chair, may I? Yung question niyo po regarding yung mga namatay, we have our data from 2023 to 2025. 2023, 134. 2024, 1,772. Tapos 2025, 1,161. Ang mga barangay officials and barangay officials na namatay po.
Compensated na lahat, ma'am.
Po, hindi ko po masasagot if compensated. I think the ILG would be best to answer that. And sir, if I may, I also brought our data of the reason why we're also lobbying for the better life and health insurance. Because every year po, ang dami pong mga attacks ng mga barangay officials po natin. We know that they're the most vulnerable sa ating political system. Kasi yung mga barangay officials naman po natin, wala naman po mga bodyguard, walang mga security. Every year po, ang dami pong pinapatay na barangay officials, ang daming attacks. In 2022, we have 83 in total. 10 lang ang nag-survive po doon, 73 died. 2023, meron tayong 76 na pinaslang na barangay officials. 2024, we have 52. And then 2025, we have 30. 8 po ang nabuhay doon. The most recent, if you saw in Davao, yung
Kapitan
habang
Dodong,
nagla-live, opo. Yun nga po.
compensated ba yun?
I'm not aware if he was.
Can we check, sir, kung yung Kapitan Dodong na-compensate at saka kung ano po ang ginawa nyo? Kasi ang pagkakapatay nun, nagbablog yata siya sa Facebook.
Nag-live stream.
Binaril.
Opo. Mr. Chair, ito po yung mga data ng mga pinapaslang, mga attacks po ng barangay officials, and this happens actually even in their own barangay hall or sa sarili nilang tahanan, or pag pauwi, naglalakad mula sa barangay hall papunta sa bahay, dun po sila binabaril. So most of these mga riding in tandem, kadalasan po yung kanilang pagpaslang.
Huwag mong kakalimutan yung mga barangay tanod na habang binibigay nila yung 1,500 sa asawa, ang sakit-sakit ng loob ng asawa. Nai-stress po yung mga barangay tanod eh. At magkakasakit ka sa puso talaga, no? Malaking 1,500 pesos a month. Paano ibubuhay yung pamilya mo, Mr. DILG? Pagtuunan natin ng pansin ito.
Actually, Mr. Chair, Sir Senator, sa mga kapitan po natin, according to our study, in Samar, ang pinakamababa pong nakita po naming sweldo, but this is 2025 data, no? Pinakamababa pong sahod ng kapitan is nasa 3,000 sa isang buwan. So, hindi rin po malayo dun sa tanod.
Tama ka dyan, ma'am. Outlier kasi yun. Kasi ang ginawa ko noon, talagang sasakit ang loob mo. Merong 39,000 pesos, 3,000, kaya kinuha ko na lamang yung range eh. Kaya meron talagang mag-a-average ng 5,000, pero ang nakita kong nasa 8,000 talaga nationwide. Katapat ng tinatanggap ng kasambahay. Pero Mr. Chair, ang isang importante rito na nakita natin, sa civil service po, paano po na-operationalize itong nako-confer nyo yung eligibility based on the years of service po ng isang barangay official? Kasi po, Madam President of the Barangay, this is very important also. Kasi makakatulong ito, depende po sa pinagsilbi ng barangay official. Nagkaroon siya ng civil service eligibility, baka magamit niya rin po ito, Madam.
Yes, Chair, regarding po the civil service eligibility, as early as 2012, the CSC promulgated CSC Resolution 12 00865 and circularized through CSCMC number 13 series of 2012, where the CSC grants barangay official eligibilities based on strictly on completion of term of office to elective barangay officials such as the punong barangay, the regular sangguniang barangay members, and sangguniang kabataan chairman, as well as the appointee barangay officials, the barangay treasurers, and barangay secretaries who are all appointed by the duly elected punong barangay. So this barangay official eligibility is considered appropriate for appointment to first level positions in the career service, except for those positions covered by board laws and or those that require other special eligibilities as determined by the commission, or those that require licenses such as those positions listed under category 4 of CSCMC 11 series of 1996 as amended. So Chair, Your Honor, the CSC has been granting BOE to qualified barangay officials as early as 2012. We can provide po the data.
So Mr. Chair, ilan na po yung nabigyan ng eligibility since the issuance of that civil service order?
Unfortunately po, wala po akong dalang data. We can provide po the committee on the data po.
Thank you, thank you.
Director Villaseñor, matagal ka na dyan sa posisyon mo sa National Barangay Operations Office?
Mr. Chair, I started in 2019 po.
2019.
Yes, sir.
So hindi mo na-monitor, pinag-usapan natin kanina na 30 years na hindi nagbabayad ang national government sa BOIF?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, sir. We started providing for barangay officials death benefit assistance in 2002 when the GSIS stopped covering the insurance of barangay officials. Since 2002 po, we have the statistics here, the number of barangay officials disaggregated to punong barangay, treasurer, etc. Until to date po, we have covered about 1,692 for the current year death benefits. And 3 years ago, we started to automate our system to improve our turnaround time. So there's no need to send the documents already to central office for processing, but at the municipal level, they will just scan it by our LGOOs, the DILG local government officials, and submit it dun po sa automated system so that we can hasten the provision of the death and burial benefits to our barangay officials.
You started doing that only when GSI stopped doing it.
2000, there was an executive order, number 115, Your Honors. That's the basis for the provision of the barangay officials death benefit assistance. We started
yes, in time when the GSI stopped providing this benefit. So kayo nang gumawa, tama ba 'yun?
Yes po, but yes po. We started in 2002.
So
does
that exonerate the GSIS from that responsibility? Kasi mukhang sila yata ay nagbabayad bago kayo, di ba?
Yes po, because
nag-usap ba kayo paano nangyari? Ba't kami nang nagbabayad ngayon? Kayo hindi na kayo nagbabayad?
The budget coverage for the benefit, Your Honor, is included annually in the General Appropriations Act. And the current amount is 50 million per year to cover for that.
Okay.
We submit this to the DBM, Your Honor, so that they can release the funding. Thank you very much, Your Honor.